Coming up on 7:52 right now, one of the longest running coffee roasting companies in the area is in Alexandria.
Holly is there this morning to learn more about the historic M.E. Swing Company. And Holly, I just love the way that word roast sounds. It just sounds so warm and delicious.
I know, and only if you were here. Let me tell you, this is the best smelling workplace I've ever been in. But have you guys ever heard of Swings Coffee?
No.
You know, I hadn't either, and really we should have. I've definitely had it lots of times. Let's see, I had it when I was at Zola. I had it when I was at DC3, Matchbox, Heidelberg Pastry, on the store shelves at Whole Foods. They provide coffee to some 100 and 150 restaurants and specialty stores in our area, and they have been roasting coffee for 95 years. It's hard to keep a secret for 95 years, but we're letting it out of the bag this morning. This is a gem that everyone should know about, and they're giving us a nice behind-the-scenes look at what they do each and every day this morning. So I'm making my way over to Mark Wormuth, who is the president and owner of Swings Coffee, and Carl Dodge, who is the roast master. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning to you.
You guys have quite a rich history.
Absolutely, 95 years worth in D.C.
And in D.C., you guys are really well known. There's a historic building that, you know, still has it on there, and you have your little place near the White House.
We've got a coffee shop on 17th and G right across from the old executive office building in the White House. Yeah, we absolutely have an awesome history with the city. We used to roast right down on E Street up until about 89. We relocated out here to the burbs because of the space we need to roast the coffee that we roast on a daily basis.
And what do you think is the key with all of, you know, obviously gourmet coffee and coffee chains have popped up in the 95 years that you all have been in business. What do you think has been the key to you guys still being able to maintain what you do?
Well, we have great people working for us. Everybody here on staff shares a common theme, which is we all love coffee. We've got an outstanding history with the city. We do great work. Carl here has been with us for a long time, and he does outstanding work as well at the roaster.
And in fact, Carl is the one who sent us the email. And Carl, you said what?
Well, I was saying that normally, you know, I've seen you guys at some of our customers' places like Zola Wine and Kitchen, and I've heard you talk about Heidelberg Pastries, and they're some of our better, you know, they're some of our customers, and you know, I know you guys at this early in the morning, I know you guys are drinking coffee, so I said, why don't you come out and see where that coffee comes from that you're drinking that early in the morning?
Well, A, thanks for watching, and B, thanks for inviting us here. And let's kind of talk about the, you know, your secret, which is what we're about to see.
Well, what we do is we roast 100 pounds of coffee at a time, and we have our blends that are signature blends for Swings. And right now, what I'm working on here is some High Mountain. We've got 100 pounds, which is a pre-blended roast, so I pre-blend the coffee, and we're going to roast it up to about 385 degrees, and then when we hit 385, we're going to take it from here, and we're going to dump it into here, and under here is a big fan, and it's kind of like a steak on a grill. You know, if you want to take that steak off before it's done, because it'll continue to cook for a few minutes.
Right.
So what we'll do is this big fan sucks the air right through the coffee, and it'll automatically stop that cooking process so that it's at the temperature I want.
Because you don't want to over roast it, right?
Right, because then you get
that.
You get that burnt nasty stuff.
Yeah, and we don't like that.
That's right.
And now I see that big name, Probat, right?
Probat.
And when I was reading about you all, that was like a big thing. It was like we still use our vintage Probat roasters.
Probat is like the Rolls-Royce of coffee roasters. We were using Probats. The Swing Company was using Probats back in the 30s and the 20s. It's known for cast iron construction, real good thermal transfer of heat. It gives a really nice, consistent roast. So all the roasters we have on the floor are Probats.
How many different types of coffee do you do?
Anywhere from 15 to 30 different types of coffees and blends on a given day, and depending on the seasonality of the coffee.
Yeah. Where do you get your beans from? All over the world?
All over the coffee producing regions, Central America, South America, East Africa, Indonesia. Our most popular coffees are going to be coming from Sumatra, coming from Ethiopia, as well as Guatemala and Costa Rica.
And so when you are, you know, expanding your customer base or whatever, how do you do different coffees for high-end restaurants versus...
We like to cater the coffee for the customer's preferences and also the menu that they have on hand. Everybody's coffee taste is going to be slightly different, which the variety of coffees that we roast and offer gives somebody from a different restaurant the opportunity to choose a different type of coffee.
And how many different ones do you sell, like at Whole Foods?
We have 6 different coffees. There are signature coffee blends that are available at Whole Foods markets. starting with our Mesco blend, which is our signature coffee, stands for ME Swing Coffee.
Got it.
That coffee blend dates back to 1918, was patented in 1918.
So it should be pretty perfected by now. Right. MyFoxDC.com is our website. We have a link to theirs. You heard Mark and Carl talk a lot about the taste of coffee, and in fact, we're heading into the lab in our next hour, and we're going to do what's called coffee. We'll find out what that is in our 8 o'clock hour. Back to you all.
Holly, looking forward to it. 7:57 right now. If you think a full tank of gas means an empty wallet, well, you're not alone. Coming up after 8, we'll take a look at prices in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, as well as what the prices at the